Hello, my name is Paul Eric and welcome to Introduction to Astronomy, and I will be your instructor. This is called your home page. So when you get onto Canvas and then you go to this class, Introduction to Astronomy, you will automatically go to the home page. And if you ever want to get back to the home page, then you click on this button right here. So I wanted to make up a little video to kind of introduce you to some of the features on Canvas, and then I want you to kind of practice with it before you come to class on the very first day. So here on your home page, you should be watching this video right here, and then here's a welcome announcement. So read this and it kind of explains what astronomy is all about. And then here's some information about me. So it tells you where my office is located at, my email address if you have to contact me, telephone number, my office hours are listed here, and then some things about me. Now the bulk of the material though is going to be found over here. So we mentioned that if you click on the home button, it's going to take you back to this page. But let's take a look at modules. So basically the entire course is found in the modules. And the first thing that you have here is the classroom materials. So here is a calendar that is going to tell you what we're going to be doing in class on a particular day. If you want to find out what other classes I'm teaching and then where I will be in the building, then you can look at this thing here, the class schedule. I also included a copy of the final exam schedule for OTC, so that if you want to find out when your final is for this class or when it is for one of your other classes, you can click on here. Okay, here's the formulas for astronomy that we're going to be using, and I don't want you yet to look at that because it could make you kind of nauseous, but believe me, by the end of the semester you will know all of those formulas. And don't panic, because on the front page of your exams are going to be whatever formulas that you're going to need for that exam, so you don't ever need to memorize formulas for this class. Classroom procedures is, we will discuss this in lab, and this is what to do in case of a fire or a tornado or a gunman, or if you injure yourself in class. That's going to be covered in this document, and we'll cover this in the first week. Okay, here is how to get on to Mastering Astronomy, which is where all of your homework is going to be located at, and also your textbook. So it's all on this website, and on the first week of class I'm going to show you how to get onto that. Okay, now you only need to know algebra for this class. However, I'm assuming that you don't know much about mathematics when you first come in. So the first class period, in each of our labs, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cover one of these topics. And so these are topics that you should have learned in high school, but we're going to go over them anyway. And so, like for example, we're going to do scientific method, and if you click on that, you see here's the PowerPoint, and then here's a video where I discuss the PowerPoint. You don't need to watch the video, okay? But if you ever do need more help with math, then you can click on this. And then here's the next one. So this is how to take tests. And here's the PowerPoint for it, and here's a little video for it. So again, some of these math topics you may not even need to look at. Okay, but there's some math topics if you're interested in them. Okay, now here is the lecture material. So week 1, we're going to be doing lesson number 1, a modern view of the universe. So if you click on it, here is the PowerPoint, that goes with the lesson. And then here are videos. Don't watch the videos. So you only need to watch the videos if you're sick or if you happen to miss the class. And then you can get caught up by watching the videos. So you probably do want to look at the PowerPoint before you come to class. And then I will be lecturing over this PowerPoint. So that's going to be lesson number 1. Okay, then the next thing underneath the lecture materials is going to be the laboratory materials. And so we will go over this in more detail in lab, but this just shows you where all the labs are located at for the course. Okay, now let's go back over to here. So we've done the home, we've done the modules. Okay, you can get your grades right here. Course announcements are going to be found here. You can check your attendance to see how many days that you have been in class here. And then here's the course syllabus. So let's go ahead and click on the course syllabus. And then it's got the meeting times, it's got the lab time, it's got information about me. Okay, then the textbook that we're going to be using is the Essential Cosmic Perspective. I'll show you how to access that textbook the first week of class. Okay, a description about what the course is all about, the objectives, the grading. So your homework is going to be found on Mastering Astronomy website, and I will show you how to get there. And then this also talks about the labs and a laboratory exam at the end of the semester, and then your lecture exams. Okay, first week of class, we will talk about this, about AI, what you're allowed to do with it and what you're not allowed to do with it in this course. So I just want you to read all of this material, hopefully before you come to class, so that if you have any questions about it, you can ask them. So that is your course syllabus. And then here is the a shortcut to get to Mastering Astronomy and your textbook. So that's what that's for. All right, so I think that pretty much covers it. And so I want you to kind of play around with the buttons on this, see where everything's located at, and then I will see you in class on the first week of class. So until then,